Okay, you can see this. I hope you can see from that side. Everyone on stage, Tanmay, everybody can see the
Yes, sir, we
slides.
can see it. Yes, sir,
Okay.
we can see it.
Now, as I told you, these are nearly 56 slides in e-marketing. A lot of material is there. I am especially why I am saying this because there are a lot of things in this e-marketing which you should know today what is happening over there. Other updations we can discuss in the class also. Marketing has been pretty much about there in one form or other since the day when first started trading. So whatever it was that the first traded, marketing was there. So marketing is not new. We are doing this for years, and if you go in history, continuously we are going for in that direction. So today, the practice of marketing has altered and improved. So marketing has gone a transformation, as you know. So e-marketing is the product of the meeting between modern communication technology and the ancient marketing principles. Now, as you know, this marketing we are done, if you go in the history, 200, 300, 400 years, you go back over there, this concept was there at that time also. Only thing is that it was not specifically organized or like in a professional way, maybe you can call it, it was not done at, but we were doing it. That's what only I am telling. Today, sorry. Today only the thing because of the communication technology improvements and internets and everything, there is a combination we call that as a e-marketing today. So now I'm going to the next slide. It is about e-marketing refers to the application of the marketing principles and techniques via electronic media. So internet is there. We got the internet. That is the reason we are using this and we are marketing the products. So e-marketing is a process of marketing a brand using the internet. So it is a process of marketing a brand using the internet. Now today we are using this internet only digital. We are going. It uses a range of technologies to help connect businesses to their customers. So obviously we should understand that this internet connects you with the customers. So e-marketing refers to the use of internet and digital medium capability to help sell your products and services also. So through internet we are selling the your all the products and everything, even services also whatever you want. Services in the sense banking services, insurance services, consultancy services. You can add any number of services over there. So services can also be given in that form. Okay. Then we have to go to the next one is e-marketing planning. Now, an e-dash marketing plan is needed in addition to a broader e-business strategy to detail how the sell side specific objectives of the e-business strategy will be achieved through marketing activities such as market research and market communications. Now, actually, one should not underestimate this research also because there we are using the term marketing research and marketing communications. So the thing is that both are important. They go side by side. Research is very important in marketing, target marketing, marketing segmentations, and communications. This all you know. These are very important in marketing. Unless you communicate correct way, like orally or in writing, then in that case you will not be able to connect with the customers. So we use the SOS tag developed by Paul Smith in 1999. It was developed, and this summarizes the different stages that should be involved in a marketing strategy from strategy development to implementation. So, as I told you, this marketing strategy is nothing but a marketing plan. Strategy, always I believe that it is a long term plan you must have where exactly you are to hit the target, where you are to sell the products and everything. So, this marketing strategy is that from strategy development to implementation. So, once you have fixed up the plan, then you go for the implementation part. Now, the stages in 1991, 1999, the stages involved our situation, where we are now. First of all, this SOSTAC model over there, it is very important in e-marketing because where are we now? We should understand where are we now, where are we placed, and where you want to go, where you want to be. These are the objectives. Like strategy, we fix up the objectives also. So where do we want to go? Then we fix up a strategy, the plans and everything. Why? How do we get there? Now, you see, because you'll be all working in various companies, and I'm telling you, there is one thing that without a strategy, you cannot move ahead. You know very well. Unless you have a strategy, it is not possible to go over there because every company must have a goal, must have a plan to reach that particular goal. So tactics. Now tactics is all short term. How you are going to reach over there. So how exactly do we get over there? What is in the plan also you have to mention this when you are preparing that action plan. In that you have to mention this tactics. How exactly do we get there? Then action. What is our plan? So here, as I told you, then you have to put it into that is the implementation part. What is our plan? So there we have to understand that you have to put it into action. So implementation. Action means implementation. So once you have decided that you want to go in a particular direction, you want to reach over there, then we have immediately to go in that particular direction over there. That is, we have to implement that plan. Again, I am repeating this SOS track model. Where are we now? Where do we want to be? And how do we get there? And how exactly do we get there? These are the tactics. Tactics are always short term. So this we have to do in order to achieve the goals. And then action is what is our plan and control. Now control should be there at every activity or whatever you are doing. If you don't have control, then definitely you will. It is very difficult to achieve your objectives. So everything should be in a controlled manner. So measurement of the effectiveness of e-marketing. Now here the thing is an integral part. It is, you have to measure also where you exactly you are. Is an integral part of the strategy process in order to assess whether objectives has been achieved. Now every year you will be also working in the various companies. You will be given some targets also. In the targets, basically, in that case, we have to see that those targets are achieved unless if you don't achieve, then what are the reasons that you have? What are the reasons for failure? Why you have not achieved the targets? What are the reasons behind that has to be analyzed, that has to be assessed, and there you will come to know. That is the reason we call that as a quantifying. Quantifying means measurement. Measurement you have to do because in e-marketing it is an effective day because unless you measure, it is not possible that where exactly you stand. Okay. Now is, just hold on for a minute. Yes. Now is a separate e-marketing plan required? So sometimes it does happen that you have to track the objectives and whether you have a you want to separate because e-marketing you can have different plans, sub plans also that also you can very well have. So in that case, whether you need a sub plans like that, so a separate e-marketing plan is not necessary as part of the marketing planning process. Now, why I'm telling you about these sub plans? It is only to assist your main plan. It is only to assist your main plan. So what happens, if you have a target, say you want to achieve this much amount of sales, then again you have some plan, sub plan over there like commission targets, this that, then that also has to be achieved so as to you can achieve the main plan over there. That is the main thing. So e-marketing can should be integrated to the existing marketing plans. I have seen number of companies over there. They have the sub plans also in place. So it is up to you whether because then the workload will also definitely increase. The manpower also increases. So that is also the consequences. Now it is all up to you that basically if you want to increase I know it's important. I'm not saying it is not important. But the plan is with the minimum amount of cost, you have to achieve the objectives also. Otherwise, there will be increase in workload also. So manager is responsible for substantial investments in an internet website and associated e-marketing communications will naturally want to ensure that the correct amount of money is invested and that is used effectively. See, I am telling you again and again, the thing is that in a company, what happens, we don't have unlimited capital. Money is scarce everywhere, whether you are here or Japan, you go anywhere because unlimited money is not there in a company. When you are working in a company, you got certain specified amount of capital, and that capital you have to utilize for the various purposes, maybe for purchase of machinery, then this marketing aspects and everything. So everywhere there are allocations which are done over there. The allocations are there. So according to that, you have to go. Okay. For smaller organization, the digital plan need not be exhaustive. So if it is a very small organization, it's working hand to mouth. So a two-page summary defining the objectives and outlining strategy may be sufficient. Since you are a very small organization, we don't need big plans. You can have a small plan for a micro unit, or sometimes it is a small scale unit. Then in that case, you can have 1 or 2 pages, or that is sufficient for it. So the important thing, is to set clear objectives. This is very important, and strategies showing how the digital presence should contribute to the sales and marketing process. So here the thing is that you have to understand the objectives has to be clearly defined. It should be very crystal clear. And obviously the strategy is also showing how the digital presence should contribute to the sales and marketing, because today everything is digital. Now you go in other countries, I have seen, because they are totally 100% digital, they are going over there. Now nothing is physical over there. In India, we still rely on some physical marketing processes also. But today we are fast changing into the digital world. So special initiatives that are required, such as search marketing, email marketing, now sending mails and everything, it's very important today. You have to stay connected with the client. Even WhatsApp is also helping in this regard by giving messaging and messaging systems, new messaging, Signal, Telegram, they are also come. If they are on that Signal, then you can also connect through Signal also. In a longer term, once an organization has successfully defined its approaches to internet marketing, so it is likely that an e-marketing plan will not need to be developed every year, since the internet can be considered as any other communication medium and integrated in to existing communications plan. Now, as I told you today, without internet, customer connectivity, it is not possible. You have to connect with the customer the right way. So internet obviously is the only these things. Others, like WhatsApp and other things those are also very important. I am not saying that they are not important, but internet is very important in this current age, electronic media. So that there are various elements of marketing mix, such as product, promotions. Now you have to keep on rotating this. Product is there, promotions, price, place, people, process, physical evidence. You might have read in your marketing earlier subjects that you have to keep on changing the marketing mix in order to achieve the necessary goals. So here, product that you are selling, promotions you have to do. The customer must be aware about your product. There are various methods of promotions, how you are going. Even websites also you can display your various products and everything. The customer should know about this particular product launching over there. Then what are the price? The prices should all obviously be competitive. Then the place where this particular marketing takes place, the people, who are the people involved, process, what is the process of selling and everything, then evidence that you can display on the website. So all these things, there are various elements of marketing. We call them as a marketing mix. Now here, in order to achieve the objectives, We have to keep on rotating this 7 Ps. So all this you can see the Ps are increasing. We keep on mixing them in the right proportion so as to get the desired results. Okay. Then we have the marketing mix is used as an essential part of implementing marketing strategy. So you are learnt in marketing, this marketing mix is very, very important because you have to keep on rotating that and you have to see that you have to achieve your targets which has been set by the management. Of course, you will be the management. No, don't forget that you only have set the targets. So whether it is the sales targets or purchase or whatever, all the budgeting part that you have done, so that basically, in order to achieve that, you have to keep on, shuttling or churning process the 7 Ps which are there. Originally, I am telling you there were only 4 Ps, which have been extended to 7 Ps by including three further elements that better reflect service delivery. So the thing is that there were originally four originally, then there were seven. I don't know, some more may also come because we have to achieve those objectives which are set by you only, by the management. So the marketing mix is applied frequently when developing marketing strategies since it provides a simple framework for varying different elements of the product offerings. Now, here we have to see it is a framework over there. In marketing, you might have studied this. It's a framework. These all these P's. Now, these are very important from the marketing point of view. Then, to influence the demand for products within the target. Now, target markets means where exactly you are going to focus, where there is a requirement. Do you know the market? Have you made a market survey? These all things are very, very important. So, example, to increase sales of the product, the price has to be decreased, or the amount or type of promotion changed, or there can be some combination of these elements. You have to keep on shuffling this 7 Ps in order to get the best results. Now, how you do it, that as I told you, that first of all, we have to target the market. We have to see that which is the market and how you can achieve your goals. So this has to be done. This is a trial and error method. It cannot, we cannot say that this 7 Ps. If you keep on rotating, you will get the necessary results. All this has to be churned in the right way. But again, it will take time because, as I told you, it's a trial and error method. Slowly and steadily, you will come to know the right combination. If it is there, you can get the desired results. So e-commerce provides new opportunities for the marketer to vary marketing mix. So it is worth while outlining these. So that is the reason this is something we call that is the marketing. It is something like basics are there. This is something which is a base. This 7 Ps of marketing. Now, only thing is that this internet for better connectivity is there. It is just like a tool in your hands to connect with the customer so that without any loss of time, you can sell your product. Because as I told you, what the customer wants today, that day also I told you, number one is the price, reasonable price, or we can call it as a cost effective price. And then the second is obviously the quality that you have to deliver. The product should be of a good quality or service also you can say. Then the third one is we have to see that the delivery part, how you are going to deliver that particular goods to the customer over there at the shortest possible time. This is very important. So that is the reason here internet plays a very important role because transparency, the customer also wants to know when he will be getting the product and immediately through this internet you can very well talk with the customer. You can not talk, sorry, you can also inform the customer, yes, the product is reaching at so and so point of time. So here the delivery part of that particular product is also important, faster delivery, because today the speed is also very important. You cannot market the products the old way which you are doing some 100 years back, or say even 50 years back also. So marketing mix is a push approach. Now we are pushing to marketing and does not recognize the needs of the customers. For this reason, it is important that mix should be backed by detailed knowledge of the buyer behavior collected through market research. I am telling you, from 1991 onwards, the buyer has totally changed. Customer has changed. Now, there is a CRM cell also, customer relationship management. We are trying to be more and more professional. So we are trying to see that how best we can reach the customer in a shortest possible time. That is also there, and obviously you have to satisfy the wants of the customer, stay connected with the customer. So furthermore, the mix should be adjusted according to the different target markets or segments to better meet the needs of the customer. Now here market segmentation, that is also very important. Segmentation means the breaking of the market into pieces, because we should not waste time in other areas where sometimes the target customers they are not there. Instead, we'll be wasting the time over there, because as I told you, time and money is also very important to service the customer. And here we have to see that we have to see the target market. It can only happen by the target marketing. It is only possible when you make a survey. You make a survey and you adjust accordingly. And once you have made the survey and everything, the target is fixed, and then you can very service the targets within shortest possible time. As you know, the delivery part is also very, very important. So next slide I'll be going. It is about e-commerce. Now wait a minute. Before that, any questions are there? I want to see that any questions are there. We'll see. Yes. Any questions are there, so that in this slide, so that we can go ahead. Now, originally this marketing was there. If you go in the history, say 100 years, 200 years, this is not new. This is absolutely not new. We were doing marketing. Even the predecessors also, if you can go 100, 200 years back, at that time also marketing was there. But today we have become more and more professional, and we have the advantage of this internet in this current era, and now this helps us for better connectivity with the customers. Now that is the advantage we have, competitive advantage. Now again, I told you that the customer is not the same. We are having customer relationship department. We are having eCRMs. Earlier we were having only CRMs, that is customer relationship management. Before 1991, I am telling you, there was a different picture. We were having a closed economy. Today we are having an open economy. That is after 1991. Economy has opened. LPG policy has been accepted by us. Liberalization, privatization, globalization, we are accepted now. Now we are also global citizens. We are Indian citizens also. We are also global citizens also. We are trading with the world. We are dealing with so many countries in the world today. Now this connectivity, better performance, you can very well see that this happens only due to this globalization process, which has become more and more acute. And the thing is that the world has become one today. Even we are sending goods to Pakistan. I am telling you, because it has come in papers that Pakistan also they are told us to start the trade. You see, the trade is different from war and everything. So we should not connect this trade. Even China also, they also want trade, marketing and everything, because everybody wants to survive. Survival today is very important. See, China against, you have seen in the borders what has happened. They also want business with India. So they realize now, war is not the alternative. On the contrary, business we have to do. We have to go for marketing techniques. We have to make money, because they are finding that their population has to be met. They have to survive. All these things are connected over there. So trade basically helps us, because to satisfy the needs, this is also very important. You have to satisfy the needs of the people. So that is e-marketing basically today Of course, this is going to stay because customer is a changed customer today. He is looking at the world. I am telling you. We have got eCRM's techniques, wireless CRM, mobile CRM. We are going to different ways for better connectivity with the customer. We want to stay with the customer. Even in banking services also, I am telling you, in USA, they are going for not KYC, but OIC norms. That means own your customer. It is the just like a customer they are saying in USA, they are the part of their family. So customer is so important today in other parts. OIC concept is there, own your customer. In India, we have KYC norms, know your customer, but they have gone a step further. So there they are saying it is OIC, we are going a step further. So you can see the customer, how much it is important. In e-marketing, we believe that all the 7 Ps, they have to be shuffled, reshuffled, and this is only to see that maximum sales you should give, maximum customers you have to service at a lower cost. Obviously, there must be economics of scale, and to see that more profit is also generated. Now, in a way, I am going to the next slide. Before that, anybody has got any doubts, you can very well ask. Sorry. Yes, Akansha, any questions? Ali
No,
Asgar?
sir, no questions.
No questions? Okay. Anybody else? Yes, Om? No. Anyone else? Amisha Joshi? Dheeraj?
No, sir.
Okay. I hope these slides I'll be putting in the teams. You don't have to worry about the slides. The material will be of the top quality. I taken from some good books also. You don't have to worry about the quality of the material. Now, this I am giving you the background also so that you can go in the history. That what we are studying is nothing new. Marketing was there previously also. When we are talking about e-marketing only, it has come now. But marketing, our forefathers, or even if you go 100, 200, 300 years back, it was already there. We are making it refined. Why we are doing it? Because customer has changed. And because of the customer who changes, we are also changing. Because we have to earn our bread and butter. Unless the customer is satisfied, he is not, if he turns his back, then definitely it is a big blow to the institution where you are working. So here the thing is that I have seen, because in customer relationship management also, if you don't manage the customer well, I am telling you, if he goes over, if he quits your company, I mean, he doesn't buy your product, then definitely I am telling you, it is a very big loss. Customer retention is very, very important today. Customer, see that the customer is with you. Now, when I talk about a customer, I always talk about the high value customers. Now, sometimes it does happen. I know it's very difficult. I'm giving you some practical examples also. That basically in India also, I don't want to quote the name of that company, but there is a company in Bombay where myself I have gone over there. Now, as you know, that there are, you can also segment or you can divide the customers between high value customers, or you can say some medium value, or say, like that. You can classify the customers according to your company's policy. You can do it. Now, why you should do it? Because the customer sometimes who is a high value customer, who is giving you the bread and butter, say 70%, 60% of the money or business, and there you have to focus more. There you have to focus more because the thing is he should not go out of the this thing net. Once he is connected with you, apply the principles of OIC, that is own the customer. You have to go a step further. Be professional. That's the only way. I am telling you. Even in aviation industry, I don't know whether I told you this class or not. In aviation industry, if the first class passengers or business class passengers, if you travel abroad, or even in India also, they are given some differential treatment. So there you have to consider customer is a customer, no doubt, but there are some customers who are very, very sentimental, choosy, and they had to be treated differently. Even airlines also, Air India, or even you see SpiceJet or other any you can take go to even USA also. They are giving differential treatment to the first class passengers, business class passengers, and then they go to the economy class passengers. This is why they do it, because these people, they are giving nearly 60 to 70% of the income, these frequent flyers, we call them. So they are well connected with the company for a long period of time. They travel frequently, their needs are different. So here we have to focus them more. So company also, when you will be working in this company, focus on the high value customers, because if this customer goes out of the this thing, then in that case it will be very difficult. That big blow is there for the company. Even China has also realized. I am giving an example. China has also realized. Now you can see that the forces are all going back in China also. Now the thing is that why they are going back, because they have realized now there is no use fighting over that. Instead of that, they should go for trade. Because if you see, India is a very big market for them. India is a very big market for them. And they realized what is the use of unnecessarily increasing the tensions in the borders and fighting over there. It is not going to serve any purpose. So what is going to do? So marketing, you have to go for trade. When you talk about trade, we talk about marketing only. Now, nearly I am telling you, because from India is a very big market, China is exporting so many products to us, and you see China has grown only because of exports. I am not talking only to India. They are also giving products even to US also. We call that as a China made. But there are some good quality and second quality also. It all depends upon your purchasing power. If you can buy the high quality products, you buy it. So China basically, they understand, everybody is understanding. Why only name China? Even Pakistan also, it has come in papers that they also want to start trade with India. So you can very well see, because everybody wants to make money, everybody wants to see that their citizens, they are safe. They want to fight poverty, and poverty and everything can be fought only with the trade, marketing. We come to the marketing. Everybody has to service each other's needs. This is very important. You cannot have a monopoly type of atmosphere. You see, because in Arabic countries, they have oil over there. But they say, yes, India can take that oil. Give us money. You can give us agriculture. Like that. Say crops and everything. So you take oil. So there also they are talking about trade. So everywhere this is happening. You tell me in which part of the world this is not happening. So here, what I am trying to say, that marketing is a very, very, even nations also, we are selling our products to other countries. We are doing it. Even in this COVID era also, we are sending our products, say, what are that, COVID-19 products, that vaccine also to Canada, and even Arabic countries, even our neighbors also, we have sent so much material. I hope you have read in the papers also. So we are helping each other. What is that? You tell me that. Again, nothing is free. If you want to get vaccination in India also, you have to pay 250 rupees. So here the thing is that everybody is dependent on each other for each other's survival. It is that. So before going ahead, any questions are there? I wanted to ask so that, yes, Smith, any questions? Smith Parekh,
No, sir. No, sir.
Tanmay, 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 Nishkam, Nishkam, any questions are there? Oram,
No, some questions.
Deepa Kumari.
Not yet, sir.
Okay, any question you have, please be free to ask me. You can stop me anytime. You can ask questions. See that your proper knowledge, quality knowledge that you must get and you deserve it. So you can very well ask me. Yes, Chitij, I hope you must have some questions you can ask me. Kanishk, Jatin, Rahul, Raghav, Nobody has got any questions. Okay, then in that case, I'll go to the slide. And after say 5-10 minutes, we can take a 2-3 minutes break and again continue. So I'll just finish up. Or you want to break now for 2-3 minutes before I go to the slide? Yes,
So,
Owen?
so
Yes,
we
Owen.
can take a break now.
Okay, okay. We can take a break for 2-3 minutes and we'll assemble again. It's already, I can see 8:57. We can continue, say, 1 minute past 9. So by that time, you can also take a glass of water. And I will also have a glass of water and I'll come. Thank you. Okay, we'll be starting now. Now I am again going to the same slide. We'll be discussing more, and again, if there are doubts at the end, we can definitely go through it. Now, here's the thing, in an e-commerce context, the force is on the, it can be interpreted as follows. Customer needs and wants from the product. The website is the mechanism for explaining how the product proposition meets these needs and wants. So here, in this e-commerce, Amazon is doing a very good job. I don't have to say anything about Amazon. And then there is a cost to the customer also. Now, first you have to study the needs and the wants. That is, and then you can make a survey, and after that you can go to the cost. What is he expecting? What is the price also? So online, the customer is likely to be comparing prices to other websites and traditional purchasing. And traditional purchasing is also there sources. So we can very well see that basically the price comparisons it is made by the customer. The customer is comparing these prices with other products. Now whether he is actually comfortable to buy your product over there, it depends upon the cost also. And as I told you in the first point, his need also, the needs and wants. Suppose if he doesn't need the product, even though he has got the money, he will not buy it. That is the reason I told you that customer survey is very, very important. Customer survey is absolutely important. You have to study the customer. If you have in your database, it's well and good. Then in that case, you can very well see that the customer wants this product. For example, I'm just giving you now in this Corona era, you can very well see we need masks, we need sanitizers. Now, if you have this sanitizer, if you have this mask and everything, so these are some of the things that a customer needs today to protect himself against this in the environment. You see, this corona is already there, it has not gone, and nobody knows how long it is going to be there. So we need sanitizer, we need masks to protect ourselves. So this is the customer need. Then again comes the price. Now the price, obviously the customer will be happy if it is not very costly. That also is very important. Then so he compares the price with the other products which are available in the market also. Then we have convenience. So that is also the third point, because he doesn't want to go here and there for searching the product. So online, basically, this is the quality of the customer experience in terms of the ordering process and fulfillment. So once the convenience is also very important. In online, there is no problem. Amazon and all these big companies, they are servicing the customers qualitatively, I will say. Then communications, we call that as a promotion. So the website itself, coupled with the methods of driving traffic to the site, such as search engine marketing and email marketing. Now we are going towards both these types of marketing. I have showed in different slides also. Now email marketing, that I don't want to repeat again and again. You can send emails, but obviously you should not send very frequently, because sometimes the customer gets irritated because of this. So there we have to keep up full stop. You can send intermittently, but not every day. Then we have number 5. Selection of the marketing mix is based on the detailed knowledge of the buyer behavior. Now, for that reason, as I told you, you can prepare a questionnaire, you can have a survey, you can have other approaches in research when you are doing research. Then in that case, this customer the buyer behavior is absolutely very important. You must know the buyer. That is the reason I told you that in know your customer and own your customer. Just now I told you, in America they have this own your customer. That means they know the customer very well. They are going a step further from KYC norms which are there in India. We have to go closer to the customer and to find out what is his behavior, because it has changed completely. You see, in this online world, The buyer is not the same buyer as the buyer was there some 50 years back. You can see the change. Now, if he is changed, we are also changing. No doubt the company is also changing. That is the reason this is basically we are also carrying out researches also, because today the customer has changed. It doesn't mean that again tomorrow he might have some different needs also. So it should be remembered that the mix, you have to keep changing the mix accordingly to 7Ps. Is often adjusted according to different target markets or segments to better meet the needs of the customer groupings. Now, every country I am telling you, if you study, that basically you see that there are different needs of the customer. Now, you go to Arabic countries, you go to Singapore, you go to Malaysia, some people over there, they got different requirements and needs. That means there they have got your target market is there. So there definitely you can sell your products or service and make money. So an increased focus on one-to-one marketing. Okay, one-to-one marketing means obviously I think this is a better one. You understand the customer, but again time element is also very important, which means tailoring of the offer for specific customers also sites uncomfortably within the 7P. See, this one-to-one marketing, it was there previously also. If you go in the history, this one-to-one marketing was at that time, it was there. Today also, I am not saying it is there, but we talk with the high-value customers on one-to-one basis. And why we talk? Because they should not be disturbed. They are very sensitive customers who have got a lot of money, deep pockets, we may call them. So we are also thinking the company also wants to service them in a better way. So like this are there. Then we are going to the very important this thing, that is market positioning. Now the internet offers new opportunities for selling new products to the new markets. Okay. Now that means we are already constantly through internet. We are trying to see what are the new opportunities also which are there, and new markets also. We want new markets also because we want to expand. You see, many of the companies, I'll tell you, in India also. For example, I'll just tell you, Bharat Forge, even Tata Motors, even these big companies, even Bajaj also, they are already expanded beyond their traditional marketplace. That is, they have expanded overseas also, because there also there is a need over there. Now you can very well see these companies which are named over there. You can see their market share. You can see their market price, share market price. You can see the profits. You can see the capital. It has increased like anything. It is only due to the when you grow, there is a progress. So there may also be options for new digital products that could include information products can be delivered over the web. So such products may not be charged for, but will add value to the existing customers. Sorry, just hold on. Yeah, this one. So Ghosh in 1998, okay, talks about developing new products or adding digital value to the customers. He says companies should ask the following questions. Can I offer additional information or transaction services to my existing customer base? See, every time I am telling you, you are trying to add value. Value means, can I give something additional to the customer? It is only because of the thing that why you want to give something additional to the customer. It is only to see that the customer is with you for a longer period of time. If you give something which is more, that will be an added attraction. The customer will definitely, I'm talking about the very top level customers, they should not go from your company, because that is a very severe blow to the company. So always the company is thinking to give something extra. So what is that extra? Whether it is in terms of payments or whether it is in terms of credit, whether it is in terms of quality, there are so many things which are there. So we have to see that continuously something new is there in the market. to the customers also. So can I address the needs of a new customer segments by repackaging my current information assets or by creating new business proposition using the internet is the option where you can really reshuffle the products in a better way as per the needs of the customer. Because the customer wants in a particular way, in that case also you have to see that it is given as per the demand of the customer. Can I use my ability to attract customers to generate new source of revenue? Now here, as I told you, that every company, for that matter, it wants a revenue, that means more and more money. It is obviously to take advantage of the market. So new sources of revenue such as advertising or sale of complementary products. Now here, every company for that matter sees that what is the additional source of revenue because they want to stay in the market. Maybe they will be launching new products or service or sometimes advertising. Anything is possible, but something new should come because expansion always I say that it is growth and growth is progress. So equation which is there. So you should continuously expand. That is Mr. Ghosh in 1998 suggests that companies should put a free digital value to build an audience. Now he referred to this process as building a customer magnet today. This would be known as a portal or a community. So here he wants to increase the number of customers. Okay. So this is a very good potential for customer magnets in specialized vertical markets served by B2B that you'll be studying later on. Companies, a company magnet could be developed for the construction industry, agrochemicals, biotechnology, or independent financial advisors. Now, before that, I'll just add up. Now, why I wanted to tell you. You see, basically all these companies, now you take Amazon or you take any other company over there, if you notice it very carefully, if you notice all the companies which are expanding very fast. Now, why they expand? The expansion is obviously there for getting more revenue, adding up profits. That is also this is nothing but progress. I will always say that when then definitely this is growth and growth. So these are the issues that we have to understand. So here in this, since you have got internet advantage with you, competitive advantage of internet, then we can definitely see with the help you can consider the aspirations of the customer, whether it is a corporate or anything, and service the customer in a much better way, sometimes even adding value to the existing products. See, there must be a sweetener. So the customer retention, we call them. He should not go away from your this thing because he must be a customer for longer period of time. We believe in marketing. We don't believe in selling. Always remember that marketing is a long-term relationship which we want to have with the customer. We are not interested in short-term relationships. You must understand that basically we are here for long-term relationships. So long-term relationship is very, very important rather than short-term because short-term relationship is nothing but selling activity, which is a part of marketing. So let us talk about some scientific long-term relationship. It is a more flexible type of relationship where we are thinking ahead. We are thinking ahead about the new environment and we have to service the customer accordingly. The customer he's getting money, he is a big shots over there, he is because of the progress I told you, the company is also Bharat Forge, I gave you the example, the company is also growing very fast. Hindustan Lever also, Unilever company. You see at one point of time and you see now, where it is now. Amazon, third company. You see these companies, where are they now? Now I can name number of companies who have gone, from a small position to a very big position. Even TCS, Infosys, even HCL also. These are all technical companies. Even pharma company, Sun Pharma, then Cipla company. These are all pharma companies. Now, where were there some time back? You can take some 1 or 2 years back, and you see what is the condition today. So here we have to see that basically we have to understand one thing. It is the customer who makes you big, the society which makes you big. So in e-marketing, basically with the help of internet, which is an added advantage to you, you should continuously see that it is best used for servicing the customer in a much better way. And always believe that customer retention is more important than going and searching for customers here and there, which will consume a lot of your time. I am telling you. I have seen, because existing customer, if you are not able to retain, then he creates more and more damage to the company's reputation. It is only because he will say on a negative aspect. So retention holds the key, customer retention. That is very, very important. Whenever a customer is there, try to see that he is with the company for a longer period of, because that is marketing. Okay, any questions are there? Nishkam, any questions? Varan, any questions? Deepa Kumari? Yes. Deepa Kumari?
Sir,
Ritik? Yes. Deepa, you can go ahead.
sir, I'm Avi, not Deepa.
Okay, you can. Okay, Abhi,
Sir,
you can.
Sir, can you explain market positioning?
Yeah, that is the next slide. See, positioning means basically the thing is that when you are going to the positions, see, as per the market, once you have identified the market where you are going to target it. Now, that is in the next slide. Actually, in market positioning, what is happening? You have to position yourself, because first of all, you identified the market over there. And the thing is that once you identify the market, then you go for targeting the markets over there. First comes always, you have identified the customer through various ways, like you have made a survey, questionnaires and everything, research you have done. You have found out the market. Say the market is in, say, Singapore. Okay. Now you are, suppose the Singapore is there. Now your 50% of the work is done, and then you have to position yourself. That means once the targets are there, the customers are there, then what are the products that they require? What are the products that they require? Then they require, say, a particular brand of product. Okay. Then start, positioning, in the sense you have to position yourself according to the needs of the customer. The customer wants this particular product, this much quantity, there are so many market over there. Then you must have the raw materials, you must have the payment systems and everything which are in, and the delivery systems also in place. This we call it as a market positioning. You are positioning yourself, that is to not only I won't call it as attract the market, but to be closer to the customer, because you have to satisfy the needs of that particular. Now you have already identified that target is there, the target marketing, you already identified that the market is in Singapore. So position yourself. That means how you are going to do it. How you are going to do it. How you are going to service the customer. How you are going to send the products the right way. Then it will be an easy job for you, because you know the market. It becomes very easy to go there and expand and service the customer. That becomes very easy. These we call it as the market positioning, that are written in the slides also. So positioning means we have to understand. Now I'll give one more example. Avi, I'll give one more example. Now, suppose your exams are there in the month of say April or May, your exams are there. You keep on positioning yourself according to that particular this thing. So that means that you have to study, you know very well, because this is your last year. Then you position yourself You study regularly, then you have a lot of material before you online this line, and you want to see that your all evaluations are you are getting good marks. It is only to see that you do good in the examinations. Like that, the company also thinks in that direction. When they think about you are doing, Avi, you are only positioning yourself so that you can get good marks. So in that case, you don't want to go out of the house also. The reason is this, that because Corona is there outside and you don't want to get, that Corona and everything. So you want to stay in the house, and this is, we call that is positioning towards a better future. So company is also doing the same thing. What company is doing, the raw material, everything is ready in place. The people, they are ready, the labor is ready, the machinery is ready, everything is ready. Now we just have to, once you identified the positioning, then your products, they reach the customer in the minimum possible time, at a lesser price. That is, we call that as a positioning. We position ourselves because we know that this thing is going to happen. We identified that we know that we have to service this customer. It becomes an easy job. If you don't know, then if the market is not certain, then how can you position yourself in an uncertain market? Okay, so like that you are told. Did you follow Avi?
Yes, sir, got it.
I gave you the example of a student also. He knows that the examination is say in April or May, and after that you got other this thing that you'll be going for either MBAs or for suitable jobs. So you have to position yourself, get a good marks over there, get certificate from there. Obviously, the brand of Symbiosis is behind you. You know very well. You are from Symbiosis, such a top college. You know very well, top university. So that you don't worry. Now, only thing your job is to see that the right knowledge, right quality knowledge that you must have, because that is going to help you when you go to a particular job in a company. So anyway, these slides are also there. Market positioning, market targeting, market segmentation. This is all things which are all interconnected in some way or the other. Any other question? Pravat Tiwari, Raghav, Sanskar Agarwal, Shubhavi.
So,
Yes, Avi.
so in the chat, Nirmit is asking about branding.
Yeah, branding, see, I'll tell you, because this is basically when you are, that is a different, because that is not there in the slide. I'll be coming to that. In international marketing, when you are going over there, you should understand without a brand, nobody is going to buy your product. Now, this is basically why I'm saying this, because branding, it creates a particular image of the company. Now, for example, McDonald's, you have a brand of M. You might be knowing Avi. There is a M over there. Have you seen that? First of all, tell me. Yes,
Sorry,
Avi.
sir, I didn't get you.
No, that M, that logo. Have you seen that big M in McDonald's?
Yes, sir.
So that basically, it is just like a brand, because the company is basically, I'm not talking about in India, but if you want to sell your products abroad, then unless you have a brand, nobody is going to buy your products. You must have a brand. Now, brand can only comes over there when people's acceptability is also there. You understand, Avi? The thing is that, brand you must have, because in international, if you go for international marketing, they are not going to buy your products unless you have a particular brand. I give you the example of McDonald's. I can give you the example of other Tata companies. Everybody has a brand. Now, why they have a brand? It identifies with the company. Suppose the product is there, if there is a particular brand. I give you the example of McDonald's. There is a big M over there. Now, if you buy a product with that M, you can identify it with the company, that this company has produced this product. So branding is basically, if you go to the international marketing, okay. Now, if you are selling a product I seen in basically if you go to France, or even say to company like Austria, Hungary also, or Bulgaria also, I'm telling you, nobody will buy your products over there unless there is a brand image over there. So you have to create a brand. Just like a logo, I give you the example of M. Every company, even financial companies like State Bank or other things, they have brands. Because branding is very important. It is a show of strength. It is a show of reputation. Your reputation is also there on that. People who are buying the products on the basis of that particular brands, they identify the brand with the company over there. So it is a show of strength. A company may have more than one brand. It can have two brands, three brands, depending on the product also. Multi-branding, we call them. So like this, you have to understand that branding has become very, very important. Branding is also a sign of quality because they believe in other countries. I have seen in other countries, if you have a particular brand, sorry, they identify this brand with the company. So there can be, as I told you, there can be two brands, three brands also, because the company goes on increasing the products. As I told you, that expansion is progress and stagnation is death. I told you. So you have to keep on expanding. You can have multiple brands also. But usually, some companies they have got one brand. You can have two brands. I am not saying multi-branding is also possible. Sometimes the company's products are so established in the markets that they go for two brands also. So anyway, I am not talking about multiple branding. I just answered your question that branding, why it is important. In international market, nobody is going to buy a product if you don't have a brand. So increase, you have to have a brand if you want to see, because that identifies with the company. Example, Unilever company, Tata Motors, even TCS also. Every company has a brand. Every big company they have to have a brand. It identifies their product with the companies. Okay, now I am going to the slide again. You have to complete that particular slide. Now it is about the viral marketing, viral email marketing. Now why we are going to this? Because as I told you again, we want to increase the customer base. Okay, we want to reach the customer in the shortest possible time. Obviously, there is a race in the market to increase the customer. So the network of people referred to in the definition is more powerful in an online context, whereas email is used to transmit the virus like a cold or views. Virus, the term has come from there. So viral marketing harnesses the network effect of the internet and can be effective in reaching a large number of people. So here, what is your intention behind the viral marketing? You are targeting a large number of people rapidly in the same way as natural virus or a computer virus. Here you are reaching, you are trying to see that lot of people you are trying to target, because out of 100 you might get at least about 10, 15 where you can service them later on. You can convert them into customers. So it is effectively an online form of word of mouth communications. So viral marketing is also used for commercial purposes also. It can be used. Now, why we use viral marketing? Again, I am repeating that you want to reach more and more customers and you want to expand before anybody else can do it. You want to create relations, you want to create profit, you want to have a healthy balance sheet. Now, everything you are thinking in your mind. There are so many things. You are trying to reach out to maximum people. Out of 100, you might expect, say, about 10, 15, or say 5. Even 5, if you get it, then you can very well see it is a sign of success. So Smith and Chappie said that viral marketing is a clever idea, a game which makes compulsive use. Okay, it can be a video clip also. It can be a video clip also. TV ads, cartoon, funny pictures also, song, political message, or a news item. Now, I am telling you this viral marketing, it may pay or may not pay, that is another thing. But it is one of the methods to reach out the prospective customers. So this is a challenge for commercial companies since to be successful, it will need to challenge convention and it may not fit well with the brand. So Justin Kirby of Viral Marketing suggests that there are three things that are needed in 2003. Yes, told. Creative material, that is the viral agent. So this includes the creative message or offer and how it is spread. It spreads, like a creative material. It might people should be attracted to. At least they will look what is it, whether it is image or video or a text, whatever it is. Then that. Then seeding, identifying websites, blogs, or people to send emails to start the virus spreading. And then the last one is tracking to monitor the effect to assess the return from the cost of developing the viral agent and CD. Now, ultimately, this viral, what is the cost over there? That image or whatever that things, how much money you have spent, and what is the return that you got. So that can be also tracked. This is one of the methods to reach more and more people. Then there is the offline marketing communications. They will never disappear. In India, we have still offline, communications. They are still there, and they are here to stay. So they are effective at reaching an audience to encourage them to visit a site. Now, then, first of all, let us go for any questions you have regarding this. Because, yes, Dheeraj, you are trying to say something?
No, sir. Actually, the microphone was on.
Okay, okay, okay. Correct, correct. Now, offline marketing, basically, it is here to stay. It cannot be dislodged. In India also, wherever you are living, you are seeing the shops are there, round the corner, just near your house, wherever you are staying. Offline marketing, you cannot replace it. Even online, it has got its own advantages. But don't forget that these people who have served the community for 200, 300 years, you cannot dislodge them in a single moment, only because of Corona situation. They are here to stay. They have stabilized the system for a long period of time. They are the backbone of the country. So don't say that online, marketing is a substitute for this offline. It is not there. I'm telling you, it's not there because they are the backbone. They are here. They are going to stay. Maybe slowly and steadily they will take advantage of online, and definitely they will be shifting the gears. And slowly and steadily they will also try to convert online. But they are here to stay. Don't throw them off because offline marketing, they are here to stay because they are here for centuries. Only because of the Corona thing, you think that basically online marketing has come in a big way, but that doesn't mean that you can dislodge them so easily because they are serviced. You can very well see in your near your house, wherever you are staying over there, they all are there and they are ready to help you. They are also changing if you see the change because they can very well online see whatever your needs are there. You phone them, they will deliver in your house also. So offline marketing today is the traditional concept. Don't say that it is outdated. It is not outdated. I'm saying that it is still there. You see, because you can practical experience, you can get it near your house also. If you can make a cell call, cell phone to them, they will come and deliver your that products in your house. Am I correct over there, Avi? What I'm trying to say? Yes, Avi. Am I correct? What I said about the offline marketing? Yes, Oren. Any questions? Deepa Kumari, Dheeraj. Any questions?
No,
Shruti.
sir.
Okay, Shruti. Any questions?
No, sir, no questions.
So offline marketing, basically, you must understand that cannot be. You can totally dislodge from the scene. The reason is that because the system has stabilized for nearly 200, 300 years, and suddenly you are telling them to go. It is not possible. I am telling you, it is not possible. Only thing is that they may have suffered some temporary setbacks, but they will also change online slowly and steadily. Give them time, and I'm sure, I'm telling you, they will also adjust themselves to the new systems. So this will happen in a matter of time because we are also used to offline methods. And I'm telling you, in other countries also, there are still offline methods. For example, say Philippines is there, they are still offline. They are buying the materials. So the thing is that many of the countries, even African countries also, so there also the same systems are there. So I will not say that the offline marketing is totally outdated or something you throw them away. No, please don't do it because that is not possible. Now I'm going to the next slide. It is about search engine optimization. Now I think this is also very important, and then we can go for advertising on the web. So this basically now, search engine, this is e-marketing, all things which are there in your syllabus, you can go through it. We have got about, I think, some 10-15 minutes or so left. The search engine optimization, it involves a structured approach used to increase the position of the company or its products in search engine natural or organic results listings. It also involves ensuring that as many pages of the site as possible are included within the search engine. So there may be a technical difficulties with this. Some of the content management or e-commerce systems which needs to be correct. So number one is frequency of occurrence in a body copy. The copy can be written to increase the number of times a word or phrase is used and ultimately boost position in the search engine. You know what is a search engine? I don't. Then you have to have the title, the HTML tag. So the keywords in the title tag of a web page that appears at the top of the browser window are indicated in HTML code. Now, this is significant in research engine listings since if the key phrase appears in the title, it is more likely to be listed high than if it is only in the body text of a page. It follows that each page on the site should have a specific title given the name of the company and the product service or offered feature of on the page. HTML code, I hope you know it. Then there is meta tags. Now, meta tags are a part of the HTML source file typed in by web page creators, which is read by search engine, spider or robot. Now, they are effectively hidden from users but are used by some search engine when robots or spiders compile their index. Now, advertising on the web takes place when an advertiser pays to place advertised contents on another websites. Now, the process usually involves ad serving from a different server from that on which the page is hosted. Advertising is possible on the range of sites in order to drive traffic to an organization's destination site or microsite. So this is advertising, as you know, it is very, very important today. Without advertising, you cannot sell your products. So the best way is you have to pay for it because for this they also earn certain income. So advertising on the web, when an advertiser pays to place advertising contents on another website, you have to pay something over that. So the process involves and serving from a different server from which from that on which the page is hosted. So it is possible on a range of sites in order to drive traffic to an organization destination site or microsite. Now we take this, then the purpose of interactive advertising. Now here it can be contended that each website is in itself an advertisement since it can inform, persuade, and remind customers about a company or its product and services. Interactive advertising, we call them. So every website it is itself an advertisement. Okay, then it can inform, persuade, and remind customer of a company or the product. The only thing is it has to be updated. That I should not say anything. However, a company website is not strictly an advertisement in the conventional sense, since money is not paid for a placement. The company website is not strictly an advertisement, since we are not paying any money for it. Advertising, you should generate some money also over there. Then the marketing manager may look at the following objectives. There is a delivery content. Now, this is a case where a click on the banner and leads to a destination site, you know that, giving more detailed information on an offer. This is where a direct response is, we call it as a delivery content. Then enabling transaction if a click leads to a merchant, such as a travel site or an online bookstore, this may lead directly to a sale. So direct response is also sought here. Then shaping attitude and advertisements consistent with the company brand can help build brand awareness. See, this also I'm telling you because I told just now somebody asked a question that company's products also that brand, because it is ultimately, the show of the company. Yes, this is made by a manufactured by that particular company. So people buy their products because that image is there, that reputation is built up on the basis, and then this is the reason this branding is also very important. And soliciting response and advertisement may be intended to identify new leads or as a start for two-way communications. Once you advertise over there, soliciting response is also very important. In these cases, an interactive advertisement may be encouraged, use to type in an email address or other information. Then last point is very important, encouraging retention. The advertisement may be placed as a reminder about the company and its service and may link through on-site sales promotions such as a price drop. So here the purpose of internet advertising is the same as in other types of advertising, that is to convince customers to purchase a specific goods or services. Now, internet advertising, basically we believe in that because you tell the customer it is showing over their particular products, and there basically you are soliciting, you are saying, you are displaying your products and let the customers buy their products over there, because ultimately all this is done to increase your sales. So e-advertising is an attempt to release information on the internet in order to establish a relationship between the buyers, vendors and buyers. So it is nothing but this advertising once here. What is the purpose of advertising? Advertising is nothing but basically you want to establish a relationship between the customers and the company, the vendors and buyers. So this is the purpose of advertising, and I'm telling you because in India also, if you advertise, there is some, even income tax department is also giving you certain benefits over there, 5% or something. It is there from the gross salary you can minus. So here advantages of advertising is definitely, because unless you advertise, people will never come to know your products, and in that case, it will be difficult for the people to buy. I mean, the thing is, unless you advertise, how they will come to know that you have this type of product over there. Many of the people, I have seen many of the sites also, they are not even updated. So it becomes a big problem over there. You have to keep on updating those products, change the products if you have some product is not sellable. But in many of the sites, I'm seeing that there is some improvement, and if updations are there at the right moment, people will also come to know that this is the product that they want, and definitely they will go for a buying option. So advantages offered by advertising are direct communication and interaction with the users. So when you advertise, people will ask, there are leads over there. People may ask you questions on the net. So the possibility to offer personalized or at least adapted mass messages, the consumer's ability for direct criticism. Now sometimes I am telling you, you should learn to accept criticism also, because the products may be criticized also. the products which you are displaying over there, it may be, sometimes they will say, this is too costly, or quality wise also they will say we are getting some value added product somewhere else. Like that type of behavior, it is also there. Anyway, let us, because very few minutes are there. Any questions? As I always saying, that we must have last. Yes, Nishkam, any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Uh, I'm listening because this is the last thing. Advertisement, basically, why I told, because even in India, the income tax department also gives you 5%. You can, from the gross salary, you can reduce those expenses. These are tax deductible also, because advertisements, unless you advertise, no one is going to buy your product. And the more you advertise, people, more inquiries you'll be getting, and definitely people will inquire about this product, that product, and you have to keep on answering their queries on the internet. Fortunately, you have internet with you, and you can definitely use the internet to the maximum possible extent. So this is basically when we go for traditional, and of course the traditional marketing, it has got its own advantages. As I told you, that basically they are here to stay. We don't know about tomorrow what will happen, but they are here to stay. At least for some time. How much time is there? Nobody knows, because for last 100, 200 years they are still there in the market, and they have stabilized the system. So tomorrow, maybe they are also shifting to online mode, but it doesn't mean that they are dislodged. They have offline systems also over there. They have online systems over there. Because in India, if you see many of the people, they are still not very comfortable with online mode. So you cannot disregard them. So they prefer offline. That is the reason they are there. If you see, because India lies in villages, don't forget that. So there you have to see that basically the system, they are mostly offline in villages or semi-urban places, urban places. In that case, their system is more or less. And how many years will be village with there? We can't say today, because there is no specific answer for it. This offline marketing, and if you go for traditional concepts, definitely, many, I think some of my students, they always say that online system is going to stay. I will also agree with them that online system is going to stay. But that does not mean that the offline system will be dislodged. They are here to stay all. Yes, Sanskar, any question? Shiv Mehra. That MCQs which I have prepared, that is from the unit number 1. So let us start with one by one evaluations. As I am telling you, you don't have to worry about today what I had taught. Otherwise, you will be thinking that this second unit will also come. And 10 minutes I'll give you for solving those 5 questions. I think that is more than enough, 10, 12 minutes, which I am giving in other classes. So you will be also getting the benefit, get good marks. I always expect. In Vivas also I want, you can also score their marks also over there. Yes, Oren, any particular question which you have in mind?
So only 5 questions for the MCQ.
Yeah. There are 4, because see, we got 20 marks. Just say here, there are 4 quizzes to be taken, and 5 marks. I'll be taking 4. So, Oren, the thing is that one I'll be taking now, one I'll be taking as per the schedule. As I told you, I'll be announcing in the class, and one assignment that you can send, because I'm giving you 7 days for completing the assignment. Because I know it takes time. So I'm giving you, I'll be posting that assignment. You will be receiving the assignment. After fifth, we are going slowly because see the lectures are very limited. Don't forget, I don't want you to rush at the last moment. I don't want you to panic at the last moment. Let us go as per the schedule. That will be better. So slowly and steadily, if you are comfortable, slowly, let us start with MCQs and assignment so that you will also get more time. My focal point is this. Moot point is this. At the end, there should not be any confusion. That is my view. You should have more time to study also. And colleges, because this is only a 30 hours, 2 credit course. You can't expect, because earlier I was teaching e-business for nearly 60 hours. So that time I was going in very deep over there. Same subject I was teaching. 60 hours over there. So at that time we had more leeway over that. But now, since only 30 hours, you can very well expect that just we have to be on track as per the college instructions. Whatever the college is saying, we have to just follow that and finish up that exercise because you must have some time for vivas also. Because you can see the number of students. And please give this all these things. I think it is already on the WhatsApp in the mail ID you can send me. I hope there are only 3 minutes remaining. If anybody has got any which I can answer.
Sir, for how many marks will the test be?
No. This MCQs will be for 5 marks, Akash. 5
Okay,
marks will be 20 marks. So there are 4 quizzes, no, Akash. So 5 multiplied by 4 will be 20 marks. 20 marks will be there. I'll tell you the breakout so that you can, if you want, you can write it down also. 4 quizzes of 20 marks, and there will be 2 assignments. Akash, are you writing down?
Yes, sir, I'm writing down.
So there will be, you can write down, that is 5 multiplied by 4, 20 marks for quizzes. Then you got 2 assignments, and one is for 9 marks and one is for 8.5, because this is the bifurcation, because we have to have allocation for vivas also. This is 12.5. This is as per SIU guidelines. So there I have got no discretion to reduce the marks or increase the marks also. So vivas you will be having 12.5 marks. So this makes 50 marks total, because this is an elective. This 50 marks you will be having for this subject.
So, sir, there will be 2 vivas.
No. Vivas will be 1, because there are 4 students over there. As I told you, in that basically in other classes also we are having. You can prepare 6 slides in PPT format, because there we are having in third year BBA also. Earlier when I was teaching this e-business, there also we had at least about 6 slides per student, so that I can ask questions also on that. So even if you give me the names, you have to prepare, say 6 slides, or if you want to go in the Word format, you can go on the Word format. That is, the option is to you. I mean, to you. But students, they are comfortable on the PPT format. They say that if there are, say 4 students, then in that case, we will have, say, 6 multiplied by 4, 24 slides on an average. So there I can ask 1 or 2 questions and then I can give you marks. Because only thing is that I'll be asking questions on the basis of the project, whatever you have done.
Yes, sir, got it. Understood, sir.
Okay, I'm taking the attendance. Just hold on for a minute.
So in this PPT, by when does it have to be ready?
Yes, you can be on the job if you have selected your group members, and just inform me the topic and group members. I write it down in my paper also, the various names and everything. It will be easier for me to give the marks also when vivas will be taken. Okay, as I told you, 6 slides. If you want to give the Viva in the PPT format, then 6 slides they are sufficient. If you want to give in the Word format, then you decide at least about that you can decide how much material it is, because on that basis only I'll be asking questions. It is 10 o'clock, so I am ending the session.